Ambassador Basudhi Mukherjee, she's also joining me on the telecast. Thank you so much, ma'am, for talking to us. And of course, the same question, what are your 5 issues that you have taken up and based on which you are going to cast your vote?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that in a federal structure, the capital city normally does not have multiplicity of administrative structures. So if you look at Washington, you look at Canberra, etc., I regret very much that actually I think it was, Dilip would know better, but I think it was under a Congress Sarkar that we had Sheila Dikshit, etc. We should have worked out a system by which there is a clear demarcation of powers, and we know what the state government is supposed to do and what the center is supposed to do. And we also have to be conscious that if we are considering ourselves to be an emerging important power, then we should not have so much of friction in the capital city of Delhi. So I would very much hope that we would be able to come to terms with that, because certainly the citizens of Delhi, and I am the president of the RWA of my colony, the Resident Welfare Association, and we find this a daily conflict. Who to go to? Should we go to the councillor? Should we go to the MCD? One person blames the other, but the net result is that, for instance, I'll give you a simple example, Megha. Suppose you know that there is a tree that is going to fall on your main transformer, and you're going to be without electricity the whole night, 100 houses, and you want to go and you want to get the branches pruned. You cannot do it because there are 15 different clearances to be taken. So my first point would be, as Dilip said, let's have clarity, A, on who is doing what. Secondly, let's try and make these procedures less bureaucratic. I'm from the Foreign Service. I have never ever seen such bureaucracy in the Foreign Service, honestly. So I think we did pretty well for ourselves in MEA. We didn't have to go through all this. Pollution is a huge problem. When I got double pneumonia 2 years ago, I got very bad double bronchitis last year. I don't have any lung problem. My doctors and Max told me it was entirely pollution related, although I wear a mask in my morning walk. But I can no longer walk in December, January, because my doctors say now it's too dangerous to walk. I would like pollution for myself, Megha, to be number 1 on the list. That whoever we vote for makes a serious effort to tackle the pollution before it actually starts happening, which means that we shouldn't think about it, as Dr. Bagai said, and Dilip, when we are in the middle of it. We should start planning it out at least 2 months in advance. I would also like to say, since I take a morning walk in the park in my colony, which is Sarvodaya Enclave, that I would like more law and order and policing for women. There have been a lot of chain snatching, mobile phone snatching. When I go to the park, I don't wear my watch. I leave my mobile phone behind, though I'm conscious that's a foolish thing to do. But there has been a certain deterioration, unfortunately, of law and order, even in, I don't know if mine is a posh area, I live in South Delhi, but for women, we don't feel that secure anymore. I do believe that there is another big problem which leads to road rage and rage in my colony, which is the dumping of cars, old cars, in places in the colony which they think I'll just come and dump my car, and then they just forget about it for 2-3 months. It's lying there, it's causing road rage, etc. So people have to do something about that. And finally, I would say that we really need to do something about asking our MPs to use they get a certain budget allocation. They should plan out what are they going to spend it on, because they're supposed to spend it on the welfare of the area which is under their jurisdiction. For instance, mine comes under New Delhi. So we've got Somnath Bharati, who's my MLA actually, and we've got Sushma ji's daughter, who I know very well, Bansuri. Whoever wins should be prepared to use their budget as MP for the welfare of their area. They should be in monthly consultations, perhaps through a WhatsApp group, to find out what their constituents want. That's a system which works very well. I've seen it in the West, in France, in UK, etc. There should be some communication with constituents so that they hear the voice of the people and they respond to the voice of the people. Sorry for being a bit long, Megha, but I thought these were important points also for your audience. Thank you.
Ambassador Mukherjee, today when you switch on your television or when you are taking a look and reading your newspapers or going to the internet and reading the news and the kind of narrative that has been built by political parties, today the big issue is not about pollution or scarcity of water or the administration problems that Delhi is facing. It is about Arvind Kejriwal going to jail. It is about Swati Maliwal assault case and so on and so forth. So and have you ever heard, and like I asked Dilip Cherian as well, have you ever heard of a politician, whether it is Baswati Mukherjee or Somnath Bharti or Manoj Tiwari or Kanhaiya Kumar or any of these candidates who at this point of time are fighting the election and vying for that seat to be won and becoming member of parliament, who has spoken about the issue of pollution? Who has spoken about the desire to change things? Who has spoken about cutting red tapeism and bureaucracy in Delhi?
Well, you have to be conscious, Megha, that it's a national election. A lot of the issues which I have outlined are discussed when we have the election for the Delhi State Assembly and for the MCD election. So it is normal that in a national election, you have national issues as well as local issues. If you're talking about the Swati Maliwal case, perhaps the reason for that, at least as a woman I can tell you, is because she was the chair of the Commission on Status of Women set up by the Delhi state government, and therefore any woman, I can tell you because I'm a strong feminist, would feel disturbed by the allegations that she has brought and perhaps by some of the reactions of her own party. So that is bound to influence the voter. You cannot help it, because the voter, it's not like the jury system you have in United States, where if the juror is prejudiced, he has to recuse himself. The voter is an emotional person who gets swayed by what he or she reads in the newspaper and what he or she hears or sees on social media. That is why it is very important not to have too much of objectionable or hate stuff floating around, because it can adversely influence the voter one way or the other. I would say, for instance, yes, I have been influenced by the Swati narrative. I've met her, I know her well, and it has influenced me. I cannot deny that to you, being a woman. But when I would go to vote, I would also keep the other points that I've just outlined in my mind when I vote. But I can't lie to you and say that I have not been influenced by what I heard her say. I have been, because I'm a woman.
Okay, interesting.